at war, and I am fighting for all of the broken people, all of the people thrown overboard. They always try to shame us, but they don't speak the language. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. Somebody sound the alarm. A fire was set in the dark. It's time that you know. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. It doesn't matter if the world is going mad, if we just hold on, if we just hold on, yeah. The sky is falling and the world is going mad, and we sing our songs and we just hold on, yeah. So if you're running, stop running. One life, one chance, start living. Sing it louder just to let the world know. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. We're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. We're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. They say that I'm reckless, because I'm relentless. They spit on my face and crush on my name and taking my life in vengeance. Yeah, you could try and blame us and try and take what's sacred, but we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. Somebody sound the alarm. A fire was set in the dark. It's time that you know. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. It doesn't matter if the world is going mad, if we just hold on, if we just hold on, yeah. The sky is falling and the world is going mad, and we sing our songs and we just hold on, yeah. So if you're running, stop running. One life, one chance, start living. Sing it louder just to let the world know. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. We're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. Somebody sound the alarm. It's time that you know. It doesn't matter if the world is going mad, if we just hold on, if we just hold on, yeah. Sing it louder just to let the world know. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. We were born for greatness. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. Red alert, time, shine a light down. On the front lines of my mind now. Fighting my
you smell what the Rock is cooking?
In my head, they counsel me, they understand, they talk to me. You got your rules and your religion, all designed to keep you safe. But when rules start getting broken, you start questioning your faith. I have a voice that is my savior, hates to love and loves to hate. I have a voice that has the knowledge and the power to your fate.
And now, WWE presents the Entertainment Spectacular, Wrestlemania.
Need we say any more? Welcome to the WWE Wrestling Talk Show with Wrestler Jones and
Sean Wendy Smith, and that time of year in the WWE is here once again.
yes, we are at the pinnacle of Wrestlemania, which means that it is time to get wild.
It is indeed. WrestleMania 35 is here.
WrestleMania 35 comes at us this Sunday from a MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, New York. And let's just say it is a clown show with not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8, not 9, not 10, not 11, not 12, not 13, not 14, not 15, but 16 matches on the card.
16 matches, and we begin with the 3 that are on the pre-show.
Now that may go up to 4, but we don't know yet. But 3 are confirmed for the pre-show, and that starts with Buddy Murphy defending the pre-show championship
Also known as the Cruiserweight Championship.
against Tony Nese. Now,
So we think there's going to be a new Cruiserweight Champion. I most certainly think so.
now the other 2 matches are the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, which has 29 participants so far, 2 of which aren't even wrestlers.
That's because 2 of them are celebrities from Saturday Night Live.
Yes, but the participants are Braun Strowman from Saturday Night Live, Michael Chi, and Colin Jost.
And they won't win.
Apollo Crews, Titus Slip O'Neill if he makes it to the ring, Tyler Breeze, the Monday Maharaja, Jinder Mahal, No Way Jose, Bobby Roode, Chad Gable, Kalisto, Glenn Metallic, Lynn Dorado, Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, Heath Slater, Rhino, Victor, Connor, Andre Cien Almas, Ali, formerly known as Mustafa Ali, Shelton Benjamin, Luke Gallows, Kyle Anderson, Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, Otis, Tucker, and EC3.
Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royals are normally very unpredictable.
Not quite as unpredictable as a Royal Rumble match, but out of the confirmed participants, you've got to think Braun Strowman.
You've got to.
Now, the Women's Battle Royal, which is the other pre-show match, we have 13 entrants confirmed.
We do.
Dana Brooke, Mickie James, Rose, Sonya Deville, AJ Lee aka Serena Vega, and Nikki Cross. Out of the confirmed participants, we would think Asuka, although there's a chance that the Wrestlemania host may put herself in this match, that being Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
So, let's get on to the main card.
So we will go over this in no particular order.
We shall start with a match which has got everybody's heads turning. For the first time in Wrestlemania and Becky Lynch, and things just got a little bit more interesting because now it is winner takes all for the Raw and SmackDown Women's Championships.
In other words, winner gets both of the Raw and SmackDown Women's titles.
Now, this is going to be a bit of explaining, so try to keep up.
Yes.
This whole thing really started with a little incident featuring Nia Jax that did not happen.
Nia Jax broke the man's nose.
So, Charlotte Flair took Becky Lynch's place and, let's just say, hammered Ronda Rousey with a candlestick.
Hammer being a very key word.
Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey would have words over social media. At TLC, Ronda Rousey would cost Becky Lynch the Women's Championship in a triple threat ladder match. After failing to regain the championship at the Royal Rumble, Becky Lynch would replace Lana in the Women's Royal Rumble match
Through injury.
And win it.
Which was a remarkable achievement, best for the man.
However, she would spend a few weeks harboring Lana on the knee that was supposedly injured and was suspended by the McMahons.
Quite a few times.
When the suspension was finally lifted and she was put back in that match, our good old friend Vincent Kennedy McMahon decided to pull Becky out of the match.
And replace her with Charlotte, which brought uproar amongst the WWE universe.
So, and we'll get into that in another match as well. But eventually Becky got put back into this match. It was then a triple threat match for the Raw Women's Championship until last week on SmackDown when Charlotte Flair surprised everyone by defeating Asuka to become SmackDown Women's Champion.
And now hence the winner takes all stipulation.
Could this be the first step to unifying the Women's Championships again? Quite possibly. So, whilst on the subject of the Royal Rumble winners, Seth Rollins looks to burn down Suplex City when he challenges Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship.
This is going to be one heck of a tough job for Seth Rollins.
It will be a tough job, and people are going to hate me for this. As much as I want Seth to win, and I think he needs to, I think Lesnar might retain only because of things like the women's main event and the WWE Championship match, which we will get to next.
Yes, we do need next.
So, the WWE Champion Daniel Bryan will defend the WWE Championship against Kofi Kingston. Now, when we get to Kofi Kingston, he was a last-minute replacement for Mustafa Ali when it came to the Elimination Chamber, and put on a performance of a lifetime, which basically wanted everyone to have a one-on-one match for the championship, and he's been in the company for 11 years. However, he was screwed time and time again by Vince McMahon and the Authority. Sound familiar, Daniel Bryan?
Yeah, it kind of sounds it that way, like using a recycled authority sword.
Yes, at WrestleMania 5 years ago, this match was pretty much done exactly the same way, except Daniel Bryan was the supposed B-plus player.
Yeah, it seems like I said before, a recycled authority storyline.
Yes, we all want to see Kofi Kingston walk out of WrestleMania as WWE Champion, and the fact that I doubt that, well, they've done it like once, but do you really have both titles change hands along with the women's match? I don't necessarily see them doing that.
But we will have to wait and see.
2 years ago at WrestleMania 33, he was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Now, Kurt Angle wrestles his farewell match against Baron Corbin.
Now, a lot of people are saying that this match shouldn't even have Baron Corbin in it.
It shouldn't. Angle is better than Corbin. Maybe not at this stage in his career, but he should be given someone who can at least put on a slightly decent match with him.
Well, somebody who dresses like a waiter.
Or a valet, yes. But I would say normally with a farewell match, some people lose it. This time, Angle has got to win.
They have to. Otherwise, there was going to be a WrestleMania-sized riot inside the MetLife Stadium.
At Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia, Shane McMahon and The Miz became the best in the world.
They did indeed.
They would then go on to become the SmackDown Tag Team Champions at the Royal Rumble. They would lose the titles to the Usos at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view.
Yes.
And then would lose the rematch at Fastlane. And then Shane McMahon would go heel on The Miz. And basically kick his ass in front of his father.
Yeah.
And now the two square off. Falls count anywhere.
And we saw a little bit of a preview of that this past week on SmackDown.
Yes, when The Miz was taking on all three members of Sanity in a Falls Count Anywhere match.
In which The Miz was able to pick up the 1, 2, 3.
Well, Samoa Joe is scheduled, and I do say scheduled very loosely, to defend the United States Championship against Rey Mysterio. However, due to a slight problem sustained by Mysterio during his match with Baron Corbin on Raw, there is a doubt put into this match.
So we'll have to wait and see what happens to this match. But at the moment, as scheduled, it will still be Samoa Joe defending the United States title against 619 himself, Rey Mysterio.
The phenomenal AJ Styles goes against the Apex Predator, Randy Orton.
Yeah. Now let them explain my rivalry with AJ Styles.
There technically isn't that much of a rivalry, except the fact that when AJ Styles was working the independents and all this, Randy Orton was winning championships, main event in WrestleManias. This, in my opinion, could go either way. It's probably going to slightly favour Orton because he hasn't really had a WrestleMania win in a while that means anything. Although my disappointment is the ending of this match, they kind of did on SmackDown, with AJ Styles going for the phenomenal forearm and being caught in an RKO out of nowhere. The almighty Bobby Lashley and his spokesperson, Leo Rush, will have their hands full when they defend the Intercontinental Championship against the Demon side of Finn Balor.
Now the Demon side of Finn Balor has to win the Intercontinental title match, especially the way that Finn Balor lost it.
Well, you don't exactly bring out the Demon for them to lose. Most of the time, anyway.
Most of the time, is right.
Now, Roman Reigns came back from his leukemia earlier this year.
Yeah.
Just after the Royal Rumble. And for some bizarre reason, Drew McIntyre has set his sights on destroying all three members of the Shield.
For some random reason.
He's already taken care of Dean Ambrose. He took care of Seth Rollins with a little bit of help from Brock Lesnar. Now he looks to take care of a big dog in Roman Reigns' first singles match back.
Whether this stipulation will change as at WrestleMania, we'll never know.
Yes, I mean this could get nasty.
It could. Speaking of that, it'll be the next matchup.
Yes, a match 14 years in the making. In 2003, Triple H put together a little group known as Evolution with Ric Flair, Randy Orton, and Batista. In 2005, Batista would win the Royal Rumble match and face Triple H at WrestleMania 21 for the World Heavyweight Championship.
In which Batista won.
Batista would then go on to defeat Triple H in 2 rematches.
Yeah.
But then in 2010 or 2010 would leave the WWE after losing to John Cena.
To pursue a career in Hollywood.
He came back briefly in 2014 before bugging off again.
Back to Hollywood.
Then, at Ric Flair's 70th birthday, he decided to beat up a 70-year-old man.
And he said, Triple H, do I have your attention now?
Then it became a case of, give me what I want, what I really want.
Here we go with that again.
But what he wanted is what he's got. a match with Triple H. And this is no holds barred.
But with a stipulation that if Triple H loses this match, he must retire from in-ring competition.
Yes, a few notes here. Triple H, as we just said, has never defeated Batista in a one-on-one match.
No?
Triple H has not won a WrestleMania match since WrestleMania 31. Batista has not won at WrestleMania since WrestleMania 24.
Interesting little fact there.
So, what else is there to go over here?
We also have the women's tag team title.
Ah, yes. When Bayley and Sasha Banks, through Boston Hard Connection, made their first appearance on SmackDown as tag team champions, after their title defense against the Samoan Botchers,
What's known as Nia Jax and
Tamina,
Tamina.
at Fastlane, Beth Phoenix would get physical with them as well.
Prompting her to come out of in-ring retirement.
Which in the end is of Doom in Beth Phoenix and Natalia. The Iconics
For SmackDown Live.
and Nia Jax and Tamina. For me, Banks and Bayley have to retain. I will not be happy if their title reign ends any sooner than SummerSlam. Speaking of tag team titles, however, and in another Fatal 4-Way match made this past week by our host Alexa Bliss, the Usos will defend the SmackDown Tag Team titles against Aleister Black and Ricochet.
Who we mentioned previously in our NXT TakeOver show.
The Bar in Cesaro and Sheamus. And Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev. Can I just say how the mighty have fallen? Mr. Nakamura, who this time last year was going in to challenge for the WWE Championship.
No, he's tag teaming with Rusev.
Yes. And then in what I believe is the final match to discuss, if you can call it a match to discuss.
It will be the Revival putting their Raw Tag Team titles on the line against Hawkins and Ryder.
Yes, you heard us right. Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder, who, that's our former tag team champions, will get a tag team title match against the Revival at WrestleMania. It has been rumored or reported that this will be the end of Kurt Hawkins' long streak as losing. But the last time the Hawkins and Ryder were tag team champions was 2008.
That long time away.
And we may see new titles introduced as well, so possible new champions and possible new titles.
But we will see in our own time.
So, just in case we missed anything out,
in full order.
this is the WrestleMania match card. Brock Lesnar defends the Universal Championship against Seth Rollins. Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair, and Becky Lynch go head-to-head in a winner-takes-all triple threat match for the Raw and SmackDown Women's Championships. Buddy Murphy defends the Cruiserweight Championship against Tony Nese. Triple H faces Batista in a no-holds-barred match, with a stipulation that if Triple H loses, he must retire from in-ring competition.
Kurt Angle takes on Baron Corbin in Angle's farewell matchup.
Shane McMahon takes on The Miz, Falls Count Anywhere.
AJ Styles takes on Randy Orton in a one-on-one matchup.
The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Samoa Joe versus Roman for the United States title, as at the moment.
Bobby Lashley versus the Demon Finn Balor for the Intercontinental Championship.
Roman Reigns will take on Drew McIntyre one-on-one.
The Boston Hard Connection, Sasha Banks and Bayley defend the Women's Tag Team titles against Beth Phoenix and Natalya, the Iconics, and Nia Jax and Tamina.
The WWE Championship will be on the line as Daniel Bryan puts his title on the line against Kofi Kingston.
The Women's Battle Royal.
The Usos will put the SmackDown Tag Team titles on the line against Aleister Black and Ricochet, The Bar, and Nakamura Day.
And the Revival put the Raw Tag Team titles on the line against Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder.
During WrestleMania, obviously the WrestleMania host will be Alexa Bliss.
Now, WrestleMania gets underway midnight, Sunday night UK time. Midnight, Sunday night / Monday morning UK time. And will likely last until near enough to 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, the WrestleMania will be hosted by Alexa Bliss, and there will also be a musical performance by Elias.
Oh yes, we forgot to mention that as well. That also means that there's a rumoured match of John Cena, which is not advertised, the musical performance by Elias, and for the first time since WrestleMania 2000, our good old friend The Undertaker is nowhere to be seen.
So there will also be more celebrities taking part in WrestleMania, as Icon Jonah Jet will perform Ronda Rousey's theme song live as she makes her way to the ring, and gospel music star and syndicated radio host Yola Adams will perform the American National Anthem to kick off WrestleMania.
Well, technically America the Beautiful is not the anthem, but is what they use for these shows. So, that is it for our WrestleMania pre-show. Join us next week, where we will go over NXT TakeOver.
And of course,
And
WrestleMania 35.
along with the Raw and SmackDown afterwards, which tends to be a lot of fun.
Yes, considering the crowd. So until then, he's been
Reese Rock Jones, and he's been
Sean Randy Smith, and as we say, WrestleMania is finally here.
bye.
Bye.